Hi there, these comments are for Igor, and I am Michael, the founder owner and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. And let's take a look at your situation. You say, last Saturday I took the TOEFL IBT test at a test center in Croatia. I got a good overall score of 78. However, in order to enter medical school in the U.S., and let me make a few changes, some editing changes here, hope you don't mind. I always like to help my students with the language use issues. In order to enter the medical school in the U.S., I need a high TOEFL score of 26 in the speaking section. And that is a high score, no joke. I am very disappointed because I could not answer question number 2, independent question. And you want to make this past tense here. So I ran out of time. You say, I hope you can help me with this difficult question, how to answer it properly and structure a good answer. Does your TOEFL course include, you want to say here, these kinds of questions? Yes, it does. In fact, the question that you sent me will now become part of the practice for my students at my online course, because I like to take the questions from the TOEFL exam and then put them into the speaking section of my course so other students can practice. All right, let's see what the question is. It says, some people believe that same-sex schools are more effective, whereas other people believe that schools with both boys and girls are better. Which approach do you think is better and why? Include details and examples in your response. Okay, we'll take a look at one. So with this type of question, you can choose either position, Igor, as long as you're organized and provide adequate supporting details, have good control of your language use, and deliver your response in an intelligent manner, you will score high. So here's how I would answer this question. So before I go over it, it's about 40-45 seconds. So notice how in the beginning I only talk about one of the positions because you don't have a lot of time in this kind of response. So I'm saying that same-sex schools are better, right? And then I have support point 1, fewer distractions. Support point 2, better learning environment. Notice how I repeat fewer distractions in the next paragraph, and then I talk about a better learning environment in the third paragraph, and then I have a very short conclusion to tie up the loose ends. It'll sound something like this. In choosing whether to have same-sex or boy and girl schools, I believe that same-sex schools are better since fewer distractions and a better learning environment for students will occur. First of all, a same-sex school provides fewer distractions for the male and female students attending their respective schools. For example, instead of being distracted by those of the opposite sex, boys and girls will be able to more effectively focus on their classes. Second of all, same-sex schools provide a better learning environment. Case in point, sometimes female students get overshadowed by their male counterparts since some teachers may favor male students. In other cases, other teachers may favor female students. Therefore, the same-sex school is a better approach toward education. That's probably how I would do it. So that gives you an idea on how you can answer this particular speaking task. Okay, so let's take a look, Igor, at some of the speaking topics in the speaking section of my course. So you asked a question about that, so I'm going to go ahead and go there now. So once you get to the speaking section, this is the last section of my course, step number 7. So what you can do is, notice this, all of these topics here, topics 11 through 30, they appeared on the actual TOEFL exam. So if you click here, you can see additional tasks beginning with 31 through 300. So if you want to see some of my topics here, I'll just kind of scroll down so you can take a look at a few of them. So it goes all the way to 300, right? You see that? So we just keep going. So how does it work exactly? So the very last topic, compare your study habits as a child or teenager with your study habits as an adult. Use specific examples and details in your response. So what you do is you go to once you become one of my online students, you will join my TOEFL IBT speaking practice Voxy Pop discussion group. Notice I got 1,700 members who have joined this group since March, and you will post your responses here. For example, this student has posted a response to independent speaking practice number 36. So what I do is I listen to it, I score it according to the TOEFL IBT rubrics, and I'll even recommend specific lessons that I think will help the student improve. That's kind of how it works. All right, does that make sense? So in this video, I gave you a possibility of how you can organize an independent speaking response according to the question that you sent me. I also gave you some information about my online TOEFL course and about what kinds of speaking topics you can expect when you join. And remember, unlike many online courses, when you post a response to one of my speaking tasks, I will give you audio feedback, much like I'm talking to you now. I will give you feedback on that speaking task.